How are you all doing today, everybody? ArtificialDragon reporting, and welcome to our first ever reaction to a dev battle. And I am joined by my special guest. Introduce yourself.
Well, you all know me as Isaac's girlfriend, but I am now going by Queen Dragon.
Yep, we'll put a little logo right here. I'll edit it to post, but anyway. Yeah, she took up the sole original name Queen Dragon, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? So yeah, you'll probably be seeing artwork, but let's get right into the whole meat of this entire video. As you can tell by the title, we're reacting to Ghost Rider versus Lobo. Now, there were previous other dev battles that have come out ever since Aquaman versus Namor, whatever the DC versus Marvel episode was, but I decided to wait until the next one, and we got Ghost Rider versus Lobo.
And I actually really like Ghost Rider, so I'm excited about this.
Yeah, when I saw the preview for this dev battle, because, you know, I'm a huge dev battle fan, I was looking at what opponent Ghost Rider would go up against. I thought at first John Constantine and...
That would have been a good one.
Yeah, and Atrocitus, the Spirit of Vengeance, the Red Lantern leader who, you know, kills people for vengeance and whatnot.
That would have been a good one, too.
Yeah, that would have been a good one. But I never thought of Lobo because, you know, they both have motorcycles. They're basically immortal. I was like, why didn't I think of that? But anyway, it makes sense. They're both anti-heroes who drive around in motorcycles and are basically impossible to kill. So I do have my own conclusions on the dev battle because, you know, I'm a huge nerd, obviously, of researching the character's strengths and weaknesses, but I'll say that once we get to know the analysis part of both characters. What are your opinions so far?
I don't know much about Lobo, but I just really like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I know a fair amount about both. Obviously, Ghost Rider is John Blaze when he made a deal with basically the Marvel version of a devil, but then Lobo is the last member of his race because he basically killed the rest of his race, but that's a whole nother can of worms.
Okay.
You'll see.
Whether it be justice, vengeance, or the thrill of the kill, bounty hunting isn't for the faint of heart.
Especially when your usual targets are superheroes.
The Ghost Rider, Marvel's relentless Spirit of Vengeance.
And Lobo, the space-hogging main man of DC Comics. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay, I should use that as my phone.
Even at a young age, Johnny Blaze lived life on the edge. Son to the accomplished cyclist Barton Blaze, he was sadly witness to his father's death in a stunt gone wrong.
But he got adopted by another stuntman, Crash Bandicoot. Simpson. It's no surprise that Johnny became a stunt performer himself until Crash's wife died in a stunt gone wrong.
Like Daredevil?
Only now apparently aware that motorcycles can be dangerous, Johnny
He wants the name.
And Crash
A fan of David
cancer.
Bowie didn't know that one.
Damn! Even I don't have parent issues this bad.
Completely
brother's
devastated, Johnny refused to let Crash die. Willing to risk it all, he turned to the one person who could fix everything.
Everyone's favorite problem solver, Satan!
Hail Satan!
This was Mephistopheles, one of the many lords of hell who happened to have a special interest in Johnny's family line.
Not Satan.
To save Crash's life, he cut a deal with the devil, curing the cancer at the cost of selling his soul. The deal succeeded, and Crash was healed, but then he died in, well, a stunt gone wrong.
I mean, he's a stuntman whose name is Crash. Should have seen it coming. And after all that, Johnny got stuck with being Mephisto's bitch for eternity.
Mephisto even sandwiched him together with a demonic spirit of vengeance named Zarathos.
Zarathos, ask your doctor if it's right for you, or your exorcist.
Long ago, Zarathos was a powerful demon who threatened Mephisto's realm. Eventually, Mephisto defeated him, forcing him into eternal servitude.
And with their power combined, Johnny and Zarathos roam the world, punishing the wicked as the embodiment of a death metal album cover, The Ghost Rider.
So that's terrifying. That was the most terrifying thing about that.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
His visage instills fear unto many.
What? No, Ghost Rider looks looks awesome. I'm talking about Nick Cage.
Agreed. Anyway, as the Ghost Rider, he became one of the universe's greatest threats.
That's terrifying,
He has
too.
superhuman strength and speed, and his skeletal body can regenerate from practically any amount of damage.
Yep. And if Blaze's last name wasn't obvious enough, he can shoot fire.
He just
Oh,
threw
but
up
not
fire.
just any fire, hellfire. The best kind of fire.
The kind that's infused with magic that burns not just your flesh, but bypasses conventional defenses to attack your very soul.
Yep.
He can throw fireballs, raise walls of flame, rain fire from the sky, and
Make
even
it
conjure weapons and
rain.
objects out of thin air, such as a demonic shotgun and an infinite stream of chains.
And his
Demonic
badass ride, the Hell Cycle.
The Hell
This
Cycle
baby
is
can
pretty
look
cool.
however
Yeah.
Johnny wants, but he usually summons it as a panhead chopper.
And the
It
chain
can
is so
respond to Johnny's thoughts, scale walls, and even outrace Thor's hammer Mjolnir.
The same hammer that crossed a galaxy and back in a single minute.
You know, I lit my chopper on fire once.
I
You
didn't
can
know
even
you
go
had a
across
motorcycle.
water.
Well, oh yeah,
Yeah.
until the fire.
With the hell cycle?
Yeah, over the hell cycle.
Rest
Like
in
some
peace,
sort of demonic
Roadhog.
Jesus.
At least you went out in a blaze of glory.
Roadhog.
Like Bon Jovi said.
But while his hellfire and chains are vicious weapons in their own right, they're often used to ensnare the Ghost Rider's victims as he goes in for a truly diabolical kill. Or should I say, a penance.
The penance stare is basically Hell's timeout corner of pain. Ghost Rider
Timeout
isn't
corner.
angry, he's just disappointed. And he wants you to think about what you've done, and it to hurt. A lot.
Under the penance stare, the Ghost Rider forces you to
Think
relive
about what
all
you've
the
done.
pain and misery you've inflicted on others throughout your entire life. No indiscretion, no matter how minor, is safe from the Ghost Rider's gaze.
Yep.
So that time I put ground laxatives in my 4th grade math teacher's coffee and gave her the shits, does that mean the stare would give my soul the shits too?
Not literally, but you would experience the anger, humiliation, and the butt cramps.
So basically eternal damnation. Got it.
But should your sins be so numerous and terrible, the penance stare could even obliterate your soul, leaving you an empty husk.
The
So
stare doesn't work on everybody,
Pretty
though.
much.
You might survive if you're blind, don't have a soul, draw power from pain, or if you're a weirdo like Thanos who gets off on that shit.
He tried
Still,
on
Ghost Rider's
Thanos.
grab bag of hell powers let him tear up some of the
Thanos
biggest
like,
assholes
"Ooh, I
in the world.
this."
And
Yeah.
even some of the good guys like Hulk, Thor, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
quick
kill
enough to
Dr.
dodge
Strange.
bullets or even outright
What?
catch them in his teeth. He's powerful enough to create massive eruptions, blow up mountains, and even tear down a skyscraper. The average skyscraper weighs over 200,000 tons. That's the same weight as
I just pictured Thanos getting off to it.
Yep, exactly. So basically what happened, Thanos went to the future, and the future Thanos basically had Ghost Rider as his personal bitch. And he's like, ugh, this is my Saturday morning cartoon.
No, I picture Thanos like getting off
Yep.
to it.
He does love death a lot.
That's a bad picture.
Anyway.
weight as 1,100 blue whales.
Wow.
Or one ex-wife. I'm gonna rate that on her next alimony check.
And given his hellish heritage, he's rather difficult to kill.
Bullets, poison, fire, he survived it all.
swallowed
Even a
him.
beatdown from World War Hulk just got him even more pissed and extra flamey.
Not just that.
He's like, "Aaron,
Remember
fuck that."
Zarathos? Johnny Blaze isn't simply a host for the demon, but a limiter for his full power. Throughout his life as the writer, Johnny has constantly battled Zarathos in the mind, barely holding on to some semblance of sanity. Should his will to resist the demon falter,
Ew,
Zarathos can
that's
take
terrifying.
full
What the
control,
fuck?
and all hell breaks loose. Not literally, but pretty close.
Oh, and plot twist, Zarathos was never actually a demon at all, but an angel of justice.
There we go.
Fire skull head and everything.
actually pretty
When
cool.
he's unleashed, he becomes so powerful, even Doctor Strange wets his
There we
robes.
go.
And this is the guy who pops
Burn, you son
supernovas
of a
like
bitch.
Pez.
While Zarathos was bonded to another host, they even managed to defeat Mephisto in his own realm. For reference, Mephisto once battled Galactus, devourer of worlds. Stars detonated, galaxies trembled, and the entire universe was at risk, simply as a byproduct of their battle.
And if Zarathos wasn't terrifying enough, he likes to eat souls.
Of course, the Ghost Rider isn't invincible. Johnny is technically vulnerable as an ordinary human being. Even while transformed, the Rider can be killed via holy weaponry.
But Johnny's doing all right, sitting pretty on Mephisto's throne. I guess things worked out okay for him, even if he's not too keen on being the devil's bounty hunter.
So let this be a warning. Should you
I
ever
love
hear the
Sam
rumble
Elliott
of a
in the
motorcycle in the
first Ghost Rider
distance
movie.
and the
Because he was
glow of
just
an ethereal
awesome.
flame on the horizon, count your sins, because the Ghost Rider is coming. And may God have mercy on your soul.
That's actually terrifying.
Out of mercy.
Vengeance has been served.
Let's turn the clocks back to a distant
Doctor
era of sin and debauchery.
The 1990s.
Inspired by the financial success of Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns, comic writers started churning out grim and gritty superheroes by the dozen, like Cable, Azrael, and
Cable's
Overkill.
cool.
Yeah, they were badass looking at first, but I mean, what's
Captain
even
America with
happening
his
here?
big ass.
It got
the
so
hell did they do to
absurd
you,
that
Cap?
someone needed to knock these roided out monstrosities down a peg.
The world needed a hero. No, a parody.
Enter the planet Zarnia, once the brightest beacon of peace and happiness in the universe, until its inhabitants were annihilated by a biological catastrophe, leaving only one survivor. The last son of Zarnia, Lobo.
The one that killed all the rest of them. A guy whose name literally translates in Sarnian to "he who devours your entrails and thoroughly enjoys it." What? Awesome.
What
Why
the
wasn't
fuck?
I named that?
Lobo is so unimaginably evil that his birth caused the midwife who delivered him to go insane. The
Damn.
first
Looks
Zarnian
like
to do
when
so
they were
in
showing, like, those pictures,
10,000
it looks
years.
like he bit his
Some
mother's
even
dick.
think that Zarnia was so perfect and good, the universe made Lobo to balance things out. Hey, didn't you say the same thing about me when we first met, Liz?
That I did. Simply put,
So he's
Lobo was
basically Anakin
unique
Skywalker.
and desired to be even more so. Thus, he ensured he was the only Zarnian alive in the universe.
I fragged the rest of the planet for my high school science project. Gave myself an A.
Yeah, he's definitely
Okay.
insanely awesome.
Lobo left the desecrated corpse of his former home to become a bounty hunter, probably because it's the only profession
Great
that legally
animation.
allows him to murder.
Great
Don't worry,
animation.
he'll murder you illegally too. Lobo doesn't discriminate.
Oh,
He
shit.
even has a special gender-neutral insult and the name of my next motorcycle, Bastitch.
My dragon bastard.
Anyway, Lobo's bagged some pretty crazy bounties across
Oh,
the universe,
Bastard.
including
Yep.
Santa Claus, 2 near omnipotent dwarf gods, and even things that don't exist, apparently.
And Lobo's Zarnian physiology is just as absurd to match. He possesses godlike strength,
eat metal?
speed, and invulnerability, so much so that
He
he can
beat the
tear
shit
through
out of Hot
hordes of
Girl with
superheroes
Superman.
like nothing. Should he somehow suffer damage, he also has an impressive healing factor.
He's like if Superman and Deadpool had a baby, which is a lot more terrifying when I say it out loud.
Did somebody say Deadpool?
Ow,
Talk
boy!
about it, what I love him.
He's gone. Whew.
Wow, I didn't think you had it in you.
Oh, honey, that's not true. Haven't you heard? No one's ever really gone. See you later.
Poor Wiz.
I swear to God I'll kill him someday.
So, you had the replacement plan on that TV, right?
Back on topic, Lobo can regenerate from a single drop of blood, and
Kinda
each
like
one he
what,
sheds will
Wolverine
actually
did.
grow into a completely new Lobo. No, I'm not making that up.
No wonder there wasn't any war on Zarnia. Nobody can kill these friggin' Bastitches.
It helps that he's also a super genius who knows well over 17,000
Holy shit.
languages. He can perform complex physics equations in his head quickly enough to catch the Flash, and can build planet-destroying weaponry out of garbage.
His brain is no joke. He can resist mind control because he's too ornery, and he's got so much
Okay.
willpower he can literally walk through Green Lantern constructs. You know, those things powered by willpower.
And befitting his occupation, Lobo is a master sharpshooter,
He
tracker,
sounds like
and
he
can,
breaks
by
the
his own
fourth wall.
admission,
Yep.
deduce the weak points in any opponent.
Like how my shotgun leg jams if booze gets in it.
I would have gone with your crippling alcoholism,
that
but sure, that
animation? I
too.
wanna
Lobo
know.
may be a powerhouse on his own, but he also comes equipped with
just like
guns,
your-
knives, swords, grenades, and a bomb that he sent back in time, which accidentally killed the dinosaurs. Whoops.
His favorite is
In
his
canon,
enormous
Lobo
hooked
killed the
chain.
dinosaurs.
Yep.
But when his job takes him across the universe, he hops on his Space Hog, a customized
So
Spaz
he
Frag
had a red lantern.
666, which
Yeah.
has automatic
But he
machine
doesn't use
guns,
it.
responds to his whistle, can fly
He's
fast
like,
enough
"Hey,
to
I'll do
escape
this."
black holes, and blasts Born to be Wild. Wait. How can he sing in the vacuum of space?
Oh, that's where you're drawing the line? Not the time he, say, pulled the alien entity Solaris out of the sky, which is as heavy as a star, despite lacking leverage?
I like how he even admits that didn't make any sense.
Using a small to medium-sized
Fuck
star
logic.
like our own sun as a reference, Solaris should weigh nearly 2 octillion tons, over 300,000 times heavier than
Christ.
Earth.
Okay,
So, when he
Lobo's
talked to
obviously
Max
stronger
Press,
than Ghost
But how
Rider.
about the time he was fighting some rabbits, and then he got
Yeah,
so
but-
face-meltingly angry that he
Yeah.
just straight up ate a city, all at once? Disclaimer, don't eat away your feelings. It's not healthy. Drink them away instead.
Of course, Booms.
But that is trillions of tons of steel and rubble condensed into a sphere smaller than the palm of his hand. By my calculations, that compressed ball should be over 20 times denser than a neutron star.
Oh, God, imagine that coming out.
This unimaginable strength lets him brawl with the likes of Superman. But that's barely scratching the surface.
Name anybody in DC Comics, and it's likely Lobo's kicked their ass. He can even punch ghosts. Sounds like the only thing that can
forgot
kill this
about that.
guy is an act of God.
Not even that. After rampaging through heaven and hell, tearing through armies of angels, demons, and what have you, Lobo's bloodlust
my
on a
God.
literally biblical scale got him banned from the afterlife. As in, Death was told that Lobo's soul was not to be collected.
So he just can't die now?
Not in the traditional sense. He's had his head disintegrated, been reduced to a skeleton, even been turned into a spirit that just...
Banned from heaven and hell, beats Supergirl in arm wrestling, pulled down Solaris,
Against all logic.
Yep. Survived battling the Mask,
Wait, the mask as in...
Loki, yeah.
Holy shit.
Allegedly assassinated Santa Claus, defeated Superman, Guy Gardner, and the Flash. Okay.
kept on fighting until he got his body back.
The only thing that has ever really held the big lug back is his weirdly consistent integrity. Namely, he'll always keep his word no matter what. Seems pretty weird for a cosmic madman, but he also loves dolphins and will literally go to hell and back to protect them, so who even knows anymore?
So
He's not without his
he
failures,
likes
though.
dolphins.
His
Yep.
greatest of which was perhaps something entirely out of his control. His reboot.
What the hell does that scrawny, emo, Edward Cullen-ass looking dork?
That's New 52 Lobo. A
What
serious,
the fuck?
tortured, modern interpretation.
Actually pretty
Everything that Lobo
He's a
was
pretty
meant
boy.
to be a parody of.
Thankfully, someone at DC developed a sense of irony and literally shelved this loser.
The real Lobo returned better than ever and got back to doing what he does best.
Kicking ass across the universe. He's not just some two-bit alien villain. He's the main man,
Beat the
and
shit
the
out of
whole
3
universe
of
knows
Young
it.
Justice.
See, someone's paying me a heap of cash for your carcass, and the main man always delivers.
So he keeps his word.
Yep.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, rev up your engines for this delicious food deal. With
Okay.
Blue Apron,
Sorry.
bread.
By
There we go. Okay, now this is the analysis part since we got both.
Like, descriptions.
Let's see. Ghost Rider is basically immortal. He has Hellfire on his side, which can basically...
It can burn your soul.
Yep. He's got that fucking badass motorcycle.
He can regenerate.
He can regenerate, yes. He's got the penance stare, which can basically kill anybody who's guilty of pretty much anything, even if you feel guilty for your actions or killed a shit ton of people.
I think Ghost Rider's gonna win this.
Well, let's look at Lobo for a second. So he's basically immortal. He's been banned from both heaven and hell. Obviously stronger than Ghost Rider, since he could literally lift a star.
Mm-hmm.
And... what else is there? The space motorcycle, obviously he could travel.
And Lobo has a healing factor too.
Just like Deadpool, yep. Yeah, actually even greater than Deadpool now that I think about it.
I actually think that this will end in a tie. They could just fight forever.
That is true.
Because they'll both regenerate.
Well, then again, Ghost Rider has the host body that Lobo can easily kill. Because he can't kill the Spirit of Vengeance, but he could technically kill Johnny Blaze.
But what if Johnny lets Zarathos take over?
That is true. And Zarathos is powerful enough to basically harm the Hulk, who's survived planet-busting explosions before.
And Zarathos could eat his soul.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's a scale. It's like Lobo could win or Ghost Rider could win, or meet in the middle and they keep fighting forever.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Ghost Rider obviously is not as strong as Lobo, but I think they both got a speed advantage since Ghost Rider is caught up with Mjolnir, which can travel with the speed of light, and Lobo can catch Flash, who could also travel faster than light. I would say...
This is a tough one.
Exactly. Because they're basically impossible to kill, by conventional means, at least.
I would say that they're matched. I think this is going to be a tie.
I'm going to go with either tie or Ghost Rider. And if Lobo wins, they give me a good enough explanation, then I'll accept it. Alright, let's skip this blue apron shit.
Here we go.
Ghost Rider or a tie.
Is that Grimace?
Grimace?
What the
It looks like
frick?
Grimace.
Lobo of Zarnia, your sins are innumerable. I am here to...
He destroyed his Hellside Hill.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
He's like, okay, fuck you.
Now he's pissed.
He is pissed.
I don't really mind it, but...
There goes Grimace.
Yep. But it kind of sucks that they don't have a fight. There we go. Ooh.
Oh shit! But it's not a holy weapon.
You're one ugly freak. Look into my eyes. Your soul
That's right.
Is that a fact now?
What the fuck? Excuse you? Good on you, Hellcycle.
He's like the Headless Horseman.
I'm a fire blazer!
He's just crushing that building like fucking paper. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. He fucking ate Ghost Rider. Oh.
Ooh!
Oh wait.
Done.
Wait.
Nope.
He's gonna regenerate. And many Lobos.
Come on. Dark pile.
There,
I think that's
there's
almost.
Zerathos.
Eat this, you bastards!
That's not a holy weapon, though.
Oh, let's find out.
Holy fraggaroli. I definitely ain't picking up that bounty now.
Oh.
Lobo of Zarnia, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
There we go.
Yeah, boy!
Woohoo! I called it.
Woohoo!
Damn, that was toasty. Wonder what Ghost Lobo tastes like.
Being so absurdly
That
powerful,
was
Lobo
awesome!
definitely held a massive physical advantage against the
Yep.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that was obvious. Skullhead took down a skyscraper while Lobo dragged around a friggin' sun. But Ghost Rider survived some pretty incredible things. Almost as incredible as these new shirts from store.roosterteeth.com.
Time and place, Boomstick.
Ah, come on, we gotta eat.
Even World War Hulk couldn't finish him off, and Lobo didn't typically carry any holy weapons, which meant he really did
knew
not
it,
have a
I
good
knew
way
it.
of killing the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, but who needs holy weapons when you're strong enough to crush a whole city? Couldn't he just overpower Johnny?
A good question. However, do you recall how powerful Zerathos was? Zerathos was an equal threat to Mephisto, whose battles tore apart the universe. Once the Ghost Rider released his true power,
Doctor
Lobo's physical
Strange was
advantages
terrified
hardly
of him.
mattered anymore.
But hey, the main man was super smart and probably could have figured out Johnny's weaknesses. But how is he gonna escape to find a holy weapon somewhere when the Hell Cycle outraced Mjolnir?
Which once crossed the Milky Way and back in under a minute. A feat more than 100 billion times faster than light. More than capable of keeping up with the Space Hog.
See?
They were both as
Standard speed alone
unkillable
was
as
not
you
enough
can
to
get.
survive
But
the
since
Earth.
Lobo was banned from the afterlife, how could he ever lose?
This is where the fine print matters. Death was banned from reaping Lobo's soul, but that doesn't mean the soul itself could not be destroyed. This is where our
See?
research surprised us the most. It turns out the Ghost Rider had 3 different methods of specifically targeting Lobo's soul.
His Hellfire could hurt the soul directly, and since it ignores normal defenses, Lobo couldn't really stop it.
With trillions of murders on Lobo's hands, the Penance Stare could wield extraordinary power against him. And while Lobo had a high pain
Punisher
tolerance, he
survived
did not
Penance
enjoy fatalistic agony and unending torture so much that he'd survive all of that at once.
Even if he did, Zarathos could just gobble up his soul for a quick snack. The end. Easy as that.
Lobo was undeniably a difficult opponent to take on, but the Ghost Rider's cosmic might, unholy invulnerability, and soul-rending powers gave him the perfect tools to take out the main man.
That poor bastard didn't stand a ghost of a chance. Sorry, I know that was a Lobo.
The winner is Ghost Rider.
There we go. Marvel character finally wins.
Thanks for watching this
Okay,
episode.
I
If you want
think I know
battle
who's
music for
next.
yourself, you can
I've
get
been
by clicking
seeing
the
this
link down
everywhere
below.
lately.
Also, if you like animated content, check out the new Rooster Teeth animation channel. Just click that box right over there. Got some great stuff.
Yeah, Mechagodzilla
Mecha G!
versus the Dragon Zord.
What? Is that Power Rangers?
Yeah, that's Power Rangers.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been seeing this everywhere on the Godzilla fan page that I'm a part of. It's like, Mechagodzilla versus, Dragon Zord. I'm like, well, I'm not sure if that's actually true, but I'll wait and find out. And what do you know?
Any predictions on who will win that one?
I don't know as much as Dragon Zord as I do of Mecha G. Yeah, which Mecha?
It looks like the Mecha G from Tokyo SOS, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, it is. I'm wondering if they're going to use a composite Mechagodzilla or just that particular Mechagodzilla. That's what I'm wondering.
This isn't this. I know this thoroughly, but I think Mecha G will win.
No. God damn, I have something in my throat. Yeah, I'd say Mecha G would win, but then again, I don't know too much about Dragon Zord, so maybe we'll react that next time. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd like to. I never liked Power Rangers growing up, so I know nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I never had TV, so I never watched a whole lot of Power Rangers, but I think it's awesome. I grew up with Godzilla instead. But anyway, so that's our first reaction of Death Battle. We had a fun time. I was so unsure of who was gonna win because they seemed so evenly matched, basically.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was a good thing I knew that Ghost Rider would win because of his whole penance stare thing and all that.
And like what I pointed out before, I knew that Zarathos could, like, come out and take control and be like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna eat you, I'm gonna numb on your soul.
I'm a fire in my laser. Brah. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Give us your opinions on who will win in the next Death Battle and what you thought about this Death Battle. Be sure to check more content that I do on my channel, and be sure to go to the Screw Attack or Death Battle YouTube page. I forget the name of the channel. I think it's called Screw Attack, but go to their original video down in the link below, and be sure to give them a like. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful night, and as always, fly with us, fellow dragons. Until next time.